we've got the most expensive toys you've ever seen.
Does anyone have change for a 2? No, I don't feel comfortable holding this, Jesse. What if I break it?
If you break it, not only will our friendship be over, but your life will be in jeopardy.
I really don't even want to touch this toy, so I'm not going to.
This is the Hot Toys Iron Man Mark III San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. This is from a few years back. This was distributed in the US by Sideshow, but it was not widely available.
The scratches, this wear and tear, that's all already on there.
All intentional. It's part of the immaculate deco that they've put together.
And his arm comes off, right?
Nope, that's not supposed to happen. Oh god.
The number one thing I love about this toy is right here.
The light up feature, which you can see here.
Oh, his hand.
Not only does the chest cavity light up in the arc reactor, but also both hands and the eyes have a light piping system that allows the beams to come through.
Yeah, and also he comes with an alternative face and 2 additional left and right hands.
That's right, and that's a pretty good likeness of Robert Downey Jr. There's also little flip-up missiles right here.
Again, the detail on this is insane, and you can expect that from Sideshow or Hot Toys.
Hot Toys have already far surpassed this figure in terms of technology, sculpting, detailing. They've even done some die-cast figures of Iron Man at this scale.
But yet, even though it's dated, this is still going for a lot of money.
That's right, because the only place to get this was at Comic-Con 2009, and it was not a sort of walk-up and purchase situation. There was a bit of a raffle that was involved, and I'm sure there's only a couple hundred, maybe at most 1,000 pieces of this toy.
You said that there's only about 1,000 of these. If this was selling on eBay, you know, today, how much are people going to be paying for this?
You don't see these up on eBay very often, but the last one I did see closed at $13.75.
Oh, $13. That's not bad.
No, that's $1,300.
Whoa, so $1,375 for this figure. Nicky, you better be careful.
Now, I'm sure it being owned by a YouTube toy celebrity probably increases the value, so
That's true.
We could be looking at a 6-figure payday.
I could see that. You're holding a $1,400 toy. How does it feel?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
That's okay. It feels like holding a $6 toy.
Great, great.
No, it's sick. I mean, any toy that is in this scale already impresses me, but when you hold something that you know is $1,400, you know, you kind of appreciate the detail that much more. Again, I love the light up feature on this toy. That's just so cool. Like, that's not common in a lot of 6-scale figures.
That's my rent, just so you know.
Why are there all these Nicky-like fingerprints all over it?
We kick off the show with the $1,500 toy. What other toys get in that price range?
Besides our Pizza Ranger figure.
Good point. Well, the next most common thing in that price point is going to be prototypes. So there's something you need to be careful of when you're buying prototypes on eBay or on the open market. A lot of people will market first shots or test shots as prototypes.
Speaking of prototypes, what do you have for us that might be very costly?
Well, I have something incredibly rare that was unproduced and never released. This is actually the first action figure of Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh.
As he appeared in the amazing film Dune.
So my dad loves Dune.
And I love David Lynch, but what is Dune?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I brought a lot of reading material, so we're going to spend about 30 minutes and just bang through all of this, and I'll
I'm kind of slow. Can we spend an hour?
Let's do an hour. 60 minutes coming up.
Okay, well, part
So
one.
Dune really starts off on the planet Caladan, which is a water planet.
Very pretty.
Okay, moving on. Pay attention. This is mine.
this is-
Would you please stop when I'm talking about Dune?
This is Dune being inserted into my eye.
Yeah. Why are you making fun of this? This is the most powerful piece of science fiction.
Right? Do you have a Fat Bastard toy?
That's Baron Harkonnen. You know what? This is why I don't do segments anymore.
So, if we all want to just take a piece and
No!
just, talk about it.
Prototypes can be great. They're sort of a one-of-a-kind thing to own. There are probably a handful of resin copies of this figure, but it was never made. I'm probably one of maybe 5 people to own it.
I know they did make some Dune figures,
Correct.
but never Patrick Stewart.
That's right. I actually bought this off of a former employee of LGN who made the figures back in the 80s.
LGN, the same company that made video games?
They made video games, Thundercats, Tiger Sharks.
How much did this cost you?
I will not reveal what I paid for it, but a very similar one on eBay went for just over $1,300.
Of the potential 5 people that own this, I think Sir Patrick Stewart should probably be one of them, considering it is the first, you know, modeling of him.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sir Patrick.
Since you're watching.
You live in Brooklyn and you're a big ToyPizza fan, reach out to us. Drop us an email. I'd love to give you a copy of this.
Or an arm.
Oh, it's broken. Never mind.
We have Iron Man. A lot of people love Iron Man, and doing something not so known but just as expensive. What else can we find on eBay that's, astronomically priced?
I'm desperately pleading with our audience to sell me or trade me some of these figures. There was a company called S&T Sales, and this is back in the 80s. There were two main series. One was called Spectratron, and the other was called Flexitron. They were about the size of He-Man. They looked very similar to He-Man.
Yeah, I mean, the armor and just the boots and the underwear, it looks very similar to He-Man.
We've seen a lot of 6 of the Flexitron figures go for $1,000.
The Spectratron go for over $1,000.
That's right, yeah, $1,200. Spectratron is really interesting because it's basically a snow globe of an action figure. They had hollow, clear chests that had sparkle and glitter inside of them.
I'm seeing something actually from Star Wars.
Kleb Zellock.
Excuse me?
The famous Kleb Zellock.
What's
Kleb
that?
Zellock.
From the series.
The second series of droids is very rare. Kleb Zellock was a figure that they never actually manufactured as far as we can tell. So all that exists of him are a couple resin copies.
A salesman's sample, if you will.
There's only one, and it's already been sold, so how much did it go for?
This went for over $50,000.
Oh my god!
This is by far the most expensive single action figure that I've seen in my time.
So we showed you 2 of our most expensive toys and looked at some eBay listings. Please let us know in the comments what is the most expensive toy you own.
And be sure to subscribe to watch more Toy Pizza.
Thanks
Pizza
for watching.
out.
Pizza out.
Pizza out. To be truthful, I haven't taken great care of this.
Yeah, just came out, right?
You
can
oh my god.
You can glue that.
At least it was the box and not the
It
figure.
glues right back.
I quit. I'm done.